be very candid, our team sat around in a brainstorming session about the amount of people that use chiropractic. We call it the usability. And in the U.S., it sits under 10% of the general population, which is an amazingly low statistic based on how well it performs in the healthcare industry, what the results are, what we can do to get people well. The Wellness Center of New York is here in Manhattan, and we have a pretty voluminous practice. We see quite a few people. Dr. Shelby Simon, myself, our team, and Donna, who runs our house, she said, very simply, let's look out in the New York area to people who are living the lifestyle and connect ourselves. And that's how we came about with each other. That's how this meeting came. And we're open to it because if you can reach out and be for the motion, the movement of this care, then that's something I could really buy into with you and have you out there as someone who's using the product and having results from the product. Last night, we're here at the end of October, fall in New York. It's a nice rainy day, beautiful. So it's cold and flu season, as people like to call it. To me, it's always wellness season. People are always taking care of themselves. But last night, for those of you who follow the sports world, a guy named Max Scherzer said on national TV, talking about celebrity endorsing. He wasn't paid by anybody. He said that the chiropractic care he had over the last several days really helped him take the mound. And he was shut down. He wasn't able to pitch. And this is a high-level athlete. We have the New York City Marathon coming this Sunday. We take care of quite a few runners. And we get them well all year round, and they ramp it up a little bit more as the marathon approaches. So for you, Eileen, where is chiropractic in your lifestyle? What has it done for you? How is it helping? So share with us a little about your story with chiropractic.
Yeah, sure. Well, I've been a user of chiropractic care my whole life. For those of you who aren't aware, I'm originally from Canada, and I was also a dancer growing up, very heavily, like 14 hours a week. So I always had injuries. And unfortunately, I was in a few car accidents as well. So both physical therapy, chiropractic care, acupuncture, all sorts of those things, meditation, yoga, all of those have been incorporated in my life, my whole life. The chiropractic care, when Dr. Craig and his team reached out to me, I was so surprised when I came in and they said, that it's under 10%, as you said, in the States. I mean, for me, that's crazy. And I think you guys actually asked me, do you know what chiropractic care is? And I was like, do I know what that is? Of course I know what that is. But, it's shocking because the improvements in your overall health are just tremendous, especially in a time when we're all sitting hunched over our laptops, our computers, our cell phones. And, that's very bad for your spine. And that's, of course, affects your overall health. So for me, my chiropractic care throughout my life has been probably a little bit more dispersed, around, okay, I've got a time when I've got an injury and I need to have it addressed. And then I would come back again for once I had another injury. But now I'm doing a bit of a different approach with you guys, which is a, sort of overall health approach coming on a weekly basis. And I love it because, it's also kind of preventative as opposed to just, I've got an injury, now I have to have it addressed. Okay, I'm not going anymore because I'm better. Oh, and I have another injury, I have to go back again. And so that's the new approach that I've been taking with you guys, and I love it. I notice that I'm feeling much healthier. There's much less, I used to have a lot of neck and shoulder pain, and I can already feel it going away. So I love that.
Beautiful. And, you're going back to, where that question, do you know what chiropractic is, for someone is, if only 10% of the people, it's actually more like 5%. So they either do know what it is, or they have an understanding of what they think it may be. And, what is chiropractic? Let's have that from the influence standpoint for someone listening who's thinking about visiting, who's thinking about getting in. And we're not myopic to New York City. I want this to be for the global folk out there. If you're sitting out there in LA and you're hearing this, if you're in Chicago and you're listening, and keep in mind we have our tentacles. We know doctors in those areas. Mm-hmm. So what is chiropractic, and why would someone listening even go?
Well, I think that's the question for you, not for me, because you're the expert. Yes. But for example, times in my life when I've used it, I was unfortunately in quite a bad car accident, and I had some whiplash, so I had a lot of neck pain. They will work with you to make small adjustments in the neck, but also, the surrounding muscles to help get your neck back to the position it should have been. Because, of course, something like a car accident is a big shock on your body. And, our spine is flexible. It's meant to move and help us do all the amazing things that we can do in our lives. And, with a shock like that, it can actually be put out of place. So that would be, from a trauma instance. Other instances, right now, what we're working on is I have a bit of, my neck has been hunched forward, working on my laptop, working on my cell phone all the time. And so, we're working to restore that more natural curve in my neck and spine, because that not only, you might have back pain, you might have neck pain, but also that affects your overall health, how you feel, your energy level, because those nerves that run from the top of your head, from your brain, run all the way down your spine to the rest of your body, controlling your whole life.
You answered it fine. You don't need me to answer that question for you. You nailed it.
Well, I tried.
When we spoke, and you've mentioned it a couple of times today as well, so I can tell that office environment, when you look around, can you see people just that you can almost palpably feel that their misalignments, their subluxations? You see it, that ergonomic dysfunction?
Absolutely, absolutely. You see them hunched over. You see people walking in the street with their shoulders up to their ears. I actually even saw it the other day. I went to see a Broadway show, and one of the dancers, her neck was kind of protruding forward, chin was forward a bit, and I was thinking, oh, somebody needs some chiropractic care. But, I know people think like, oh, I have a busy life, I don't have the time for that. But, what I say to people is, you spend money on your gym membership, you buy organic food, you do all these things to help your overall health. Why wouldn't you also be caring for that aspect of your health? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well said.